So when you're ready to start working on your influencers project, you'll go to Google Classroom, click on the assignment, and you'll see the slides template pop up. The reason that I've already created these slides is so you can see what a good presentation looks like, and also so it's easier to create your own. You're basically going to go through these slides, delete the parts that are about me, and add your own information. Now it's up to you how much you want to change. You could keep it really similar to mine, basically just delete what I have, copy and paste your own stuff in, or you can get more creative if you want. You could come up here and change the theme, which means you just change how it looks. It's up to you. You don't need to make any changes, but you can make it look different if you want to. The main thing with making it look different is just if you change the font or the size. For example, you'll delete my name and type in your own. And then let's say you want to change the font of the project title in your name. If you come up here, change the font or the size. You just want to make sure that it's still easy to be seen by the class and that it's easy to read. So again, if you want to change the font, you just highlight, come up here to the font selection, change it to something you like. If you want to change the size, you just highlight, use the numbers up here to make it bigger or smaller. So the first slide should have your name and the title of the influencers project. Then slide 2 is the About Me section. Obviously, you want to get rid of my information and put in your own. So you'll just delete everything I have here. The 3 that are required are the name, birthday, and age, and then the last 2 are your optional ones. So I chose to answer where do you live and what was a highlight from your summer, but maybe you don't want to answer those. Maybe you want to answer the question, what are your favorite hobbies? You would type in, my favorite hobbies are, what are they? Maybe you don't want to answer highlight from my summer. Maybe you want to answer what's your dream job? So you would type in my dream job is, and add that. The next slide is your I am from poem. If you click on it, you'll see I've created 3 different text boxes here to make it easy to fit all in one page. Obviously, you're going to want to delete mine by just clicking and dragging. And then you'll just be left with the text box, which you can see when you click on them. At this point, you're going to want to open another tab in your browser with your I am from poem. I'm just copying and pasting mine from the packet that I gave you all. Yours obviously will be in a document that doesn't have this stuff to the side. When you're copying and pasting, do just a few stanzas at a time so that they can actually fit in the text box. If you copy and paste the whole thing over into one, it's going to go down the page. So I'm going to do just 3, and I'll explain both the long way and the short way to copy and paste. First, you want to highlight the part that you want to bring over, and the long way is to go Edit, Copy, and then come over here, put your cursor where you want it to paste, go Edit and Paste. There's also a shortcut on your Chromes. You can use Control-C for copy and Control-P for paste. So you could highlight this, click Control-C, move it over here, click your cursor, Control-P, it'll paste it. They do the same thing. So I'm going to bring over the other 2 stanzas. And then I'll do my final ones. And you want to make sure it fits. If you think it's really small, you might highlight, make it a little bigger, whatever you want to do. Make sure that it's easy to see. That's the I am from poem page. The next page is your interview summary. And you'll see in bold the sentences that you need to finish, the questions you need to answer. So I interviewed my mom. You might delete that, and maybe you interviewed your mom, you keep mom there, or you can change it to whoever you interviewed. I interviewed her because she has always been an important person in my life and is one of the big reasons I became a teacher. She loves me and has always supported me in school since I was a kid. Obviously, you're going to put your own part in this section, so you would just delete it and add it later. Now, at the point that I'm recording this video for you, I haven't actually finished my interview with my mom, but I wanted to show you that there's a lot that you can get done without actually having done your interview. So let's say you're not going to be able to interview your person until this weekend. There's still a large portion of this project that you can get done even before the interview. So this part, after the interview I haven't filled this in yet because I haven't done the interview yet. But after you're done, you're going to fill this in. Maybe you say, after the interview, I felt happy, or after the interview I felt motivated, or however you felt, and then you'll add in an explanation because what made you feel whatever feeling you had. This person wants me to be successful because this is basically answering that question, why is my education important to you? Here you're just going to summarize what the person said. So you don't need to provide a direct quote. You just want to summarize Why is your education important to them? This person wants me to be successful because. How would you answer that question? Then you're going to come down to the section with a golden line. Now, as you can see in this video, since I haven't interviewed my mom, this text box over here is blank, but once I pick a golden line, I'll be able to type it in. You're also going to need a picture of your influencer. It could be a picture of just them, or it could be a picture of you and them. Here's a picture of me and my mom at my graduation. Now, the easiest way to do this is to start on your phone. Obviously, you can't use them during class, so this is something to do at home. Take a picture from your phone and email it to yourself. This is a pretty easy thing to do. You could open a new tab and Google how to email a picture from your phone, or you can come after school or before school and I'm happy to show you. But I'm not going to explain it in this video because I can't show you a screenshot of my phone through my computer. But once you've emailed it to yourself, and have another tab open with my email, you will see the picture in your email. It's really easy to just drag and drop it over to your desktop. And then it's really easy to bring the photo in. So let's just pretend, I'm getting rid of my photo and bringing in a different one. You just drag and drop it over and it's there. You can size it differently. You can move it around. It's super easy to do drag and drop. You can also do the longer way of clicking insert and then going to image, upload from computer, and finding on your desktop that way. It's the same thing. So you should have your picture on the one side and then your quote over here. Again, you can play around with the font and the size depending on how long your quote is. And then finally, the advanced prompt is to include a meaningful quote. If you're not using this one, you can just delete the slide. You just do that by clicking on it over here to the left and clicking delete. Now let's say you do something in slides and you make a mistake. No need to freak out. There are these undo, redo buttons up here. So let's say I deleted that slide by mistake. I just undo it, not a big deal. Slides also saves all of its changes, so you can go back and see different versions of what you've done and restore it. So if you don't want to do the advanced prompt, remember this is what you need to do if you want to get up to 100. If you don't do the advanced prompt, you can get up to 95. Go ahead and delete it, but if you want to, there's a space for your quote, and then a space for basically why is that quote important to you? Why do you find it inspirational or meaningful? Now this could be a quote that you're already familiar with, or you could go to a quotes website and find something that's meaningful to you. There's plenty if you just search meaningful quotes, important quotes, quotes about whatever, you can find one. So your quote will go on the left and then your explanation will go on the right. So that is pretty much it. Remember, when you're editing in slides, you can change how it looks as long as it's easy to read by your audience. You can change around the formatting. You can make it as complicated as you want to, or you can just keep it really simple, delete the stuff that is about me and add your own stuff in. Remember, if you make any mistakes, not a big deal. Just click undo right up here. If you want to redo something, just click redo right up here. When you're ready on your version, there should be a button up here in the corner that says turn in. Just want to make sure you turn it in before the deadline. Mine obviously doesn't have that because I'm using the teacher version, but yours should have a turn in button somewhere near the top.